Oh, I'm so frustrated. Over an hour and a half ago, I started recording my reaction and I realized that my audio wasn't working. And I still don't know why. I restarted my computer, unplugged everything, plugged everything back, and then finally, it started working. Anyway, that's all to say. This movie was originally recommended by Stia, and I put that extra bit of sauce at the end of it because of the three A's. So I just assume it needs to be said with a nice yell to the heavens. But Stia suggested Pushpa, and looking up which language it was originally recorded in, I found out that it was Telugu, which I'm only mentioning because I know people get very territorial and have their own preferences about which language to watch the movie in, which is fine. But I am going to watch it in the language it was recorded in because all the others were dubs according to Wikipedia. And if you want to watch the full-length reaction, that link's down below. If you want to watch the full-length reaction and choose which language of the movie you're going to watch with my reaction, ask me and I'll just upload one without the video put in so that you can choose your own preference. But either way, that's down below, and I should tell Stia that I'm starting. That's the only silver lining, is that I was going to tell them when I started recording originally, forgot when recording, and I get to do that now. That's the only benefit of the sound going out. Oh, that was so frustrating. So I'm not faking it. I'm just going out on Front Street, telling you about an hour in, and I'll tell you when we see new stuff. But yeah, I'm going to tell them. And now I can't fuck it up. Now that that's done, I'm getting the movie ready. You can see how far I already got into it. Continue watching. Okay, well, now you know where I was. It was a few minutes before that, actually, that I figured it out. All right, we're about to start. The only thing is, Amazon's saying we can't start the video unless you hit the like button in under 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, thank you. Let's get into it. అసలు ఈ కథ మొదలైందే సూర్యుడు మొట్టమొదట ఉదయించే దేశంలో అంటే జపాన్లో. So when I first saw this, I knew that the like horizon and all the buildings were CGI, but I was really surprised that the characters were CGI. I originally thought we were panning down to like actors on a green screen set who had been composited into this whole sequence. I also didn't know we were going backwards, and it's really cool rewatching it, seeing all the leaves going up, but I didn't know. At first I thought he was actually just driving backwards for a little bit, but yeah, I thought this was a really cool intro. Again, interesting that it's all CGI for these parts, but hey, whatever helps get the story done, I'm down. Also, the score is really dope. Like, outside of the actual songs and stuff, which also are amazing, but like, this score, just this atmospheric music is... I dig it a lot. Also, I was so excited when I found out this was directed by the same person who directed Ran Gastalam. That is like one of 5 films I can think of off the top of my head that I love. I loved finding out about because of this channel.
ఇదే భూమిపైన పండే బంగారం పేరు ఎర్రచందనం. ఈ నుండే ఎర్రచందనం విదేశాలకు స్మగ్లింగ్ జరుగుతూ ఉండేదే.
I knew it. All right. I was right, because the first time I saw it, I saw that shot as live action, but obviously all these cars going through are like digital, so I wasn't sure if we were out of the fully CG landscapes or not.
ఎర్రచందనం లాగా అరుదుగా ఉంటాడు.
I still love the red background. I love rewatching it and seeing this because I knew that the red background was supplemented by an extra light, but in these shots, they really make it look like the brake lights are doing a lot of work, even though they wouldn't be on, obviously. But I liked seeing that, rewatching that first big shot because it shows that all the lights spilling down from above. Damn, you got that sucker punching good. And that's why it was a mistake. Oh, shit! I missed that the first time because I kept bouncing between the subtitles and what's actually the action, but how he spun and like hit his neck on his shoulder. I also love the Foley effects for him moving his shirt. It's just that reminded me of Rodden Gastalam, the hearing issues. And if that was intentional, that was great. As an intentional callback to Rodden Gastalam. Also the shots in that shot was so dope. I also wanted to ask who this guy was, because he's not in any policeman's uniform. But I got, of course I got distracted by the frickin' gun. YouTube did it again! They said I can't keep going with the reaction unless you hit the like button in under 3 seconds, because they know you didn't do it the first time. 3, 2, please, 1. Oh, woo! Alright, keep going. Also, yeah, that was a great frickin' segue or edit point where we cut from the fight outside into him being handcuffed in the back of that vehicle. And I can repeat what I said the first time. I actually really love these little images where the filmmakers and the studios are legally required to add a no smoking image in the corner. I actually wish we had them in the US. I know it's technically like breaking suspension of disbelief and being and is technically distracting, but I just like it, and I wouldn't be mad about it being in US films. Although I know a lot of people in the US would give me shit for that.
ప్రతి ఒక్కడి కథ పుట్టుకతో మొదలవుతుంది, కానీ నా కథ కొన్ని కలవడంతో మొదలైందే.
Okay. You know, the rewatch is actually helping because those two lines confused me, where most people's story starts at birth, but my story started when I met him, because reading subtitles, you know, being distracted by the subtitles, not listening to the tone of voice, I just assumed on my first watch that was Pushpa's narration. But now, you know, later on in the reaction, I understood that it was that gentleman's the second in command. Yes, even with that subtitle, I didn't catch that subtitle the first time. Alright, So I love this movie for a lot of things that I've never seen before, but they're them working in context. For instance, I never would have imagined that he'd actually pay Pushpa after Pushpa's being disrespectful. I would have figured he'd just be like, "Get out of here! I'm not giving you my wages. Your wages at all." And second, never seen somebody who needs wages, as I would imagine Pushpa needs, refusing his full wages, full earned wages, by the way, just to make a point. Especially considering what we'll see in the next scene.
చెప్పినాను కదా రెడ్డప్ప వచ్చే నెల ఇచ్చేస్తాను
వచ్చే నెల తిప్పతానే ఉండు నేను తిరగతానే ఉండా కడుపుకి అన్నం తింటాడారా కదులు తింటాడారా ఏమే ఏం బతుకులమ్మా సిగ్గులేని బతుకులు వినాలనకి తరిసేదే అట్టన్నా సిగ్గు వచ్చిన రబ్బర్తానని
ఎందుకు అలా మాట్లాడతావు
మొగుడు లేకపోతే ఏమే గొడ్డు లాంటి పెట్టున్నాడు కదా కాళ్ళు చేతులు ఉన్నాయి కదా మొగోడే కదా
లేదు రెడ్డప్ప నా కొడుకు మిల్లులో పనికి జాయిన్ అయ్యి ఉన్నాడు
ఎవరు చెప్పిందే వాళ్ళ బిల్లులో మానేసి చాలా రోజులైంది అడుగు
ఏరా పుష్ప రెడ్డప్ప చెప్పేది నిజమేనా మిల్లులో పనికి పని మానేసిండవా ఏ రా ఇంకెట్రా బతికేది నిన్నే రాదు
ఇదిగో పార్తమ్మా
And yeah, I agreed with all those questions. I had the same questions.
ఏమనుకుంటున్నావు
తాగవే తాగు బిడ్డ మాట ఎందుకు గొడ్డు మాట
అసలు 3000 వడ్డీ 3600 మొత్తం 6600 సరిపోయింది పుష్ప ఈ లెక్క సరిపోయినా సరే
I do love this.
ఏ లెక్క
మేము అప్పు చేసినామని ఊరంతా తెలిసినది ఇప్పుడు తీసినామని ఊరంతా తెలియద్దా
ఓ అంతే కదా గుర్రప్ప ఎంటాదిరే పుష్ప డబ్బు ఇచ్చేసినాడు ఉండదు నా దగ్గర
నిన్న రేషన్ కార్డు అందరు మంది ఉన్నారు కదా మన ఊళ్ళో మీకు ఎవరు చెప్పేది
ఏమంటావు నువ్వు
కోట బుక్ తీయ ఎవరెవరు
And that I really love it. The guy just randomly has a list of all 100. Woo! Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep listening to the music as I do this review. But wow, that ending was unexpected. And wow, yeah, there was a lot in this movie that just subverted my expectations, operated in ways I never would have expected. If you watch the whole reaction, I make a few predictions that are wrong. But man, that's good. Dang, this was a powerhouse. You better bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna check out part 2. Wow, okay. Stia, thank you. Wow, just holy moly! Yeah, Pushpa was a character unlike any I've seen before. And in terms of like scaling the ranks of a criminal organization, essentially, yeah, I've never seen one quite like this. And Pushpa, we've seen 1,000 times why he's smart, but even knowing like, hey, we control the supply. Let them compete against each other with the demand instead of us competing against each other in terms of supply. And it's just, it's dope. I'm gonna include this just so anybody who in the 10-minute reaction can see. But I didn't buy that Pushpa's love interest actually was in love with him for that first hour, just based on her reactions and her speech. I mean, like, if we take her at her word, then okay. But based on what we were actually seeing in those scenes, there seems to be a little bit of a incongruence between that, because like she didn't stop feeling awkward smiling at him. In the next scene, when he catches up with her, she's like, what? Yeah, geez, okay, I got paid for it. And in the kiss scene, she is horrified. And then later she says, I mentioning not kissing anyone until I was married, I was trying to give you a hint. It was like, no, that's not how it was played. Other than that, whew, wow, just dang, man. Like, yeah, thank you again for the recommendation. I love this movie. I can't wait to watch the sequel. Yeah, wow, great freaking suggestion. I shouldn't have expected anything less, considering it came from the director of Ron Gossalam. And so clever to introduce like the villain for the sequel, or the antagonist for the sequel, in the last like hour or so. I've never seen that before, and that was clever. I wish like the MCU would start doing that instead of just having it in like a post credits or mid credits scene. Just put them in the last like third or quarter of the movie and set them up for the sequel. Like, make them an actual integral part of the plot or a relevant part of the plot. Have them have any effect on it, and then just set up this epic sequel between an unstoppable force and an immovable object. Just this reminded me of RRR in that sense. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Thank you again. The links for the free Discord room are down below. If you previously clicked the link because of me mentioning an RRR and saw an error screen, I didn't know that Discord, at default just limits links or invites to 7 days. So I changed it and put new links there. Yeah, come over to the free Discord page, suggest everything you want. Let's talk about movies and gush over them. And if you want the full length reaction, that's down below as well.